Just pulled up to the house. Don't feel like getting out. I'ma just lay back and crack this window.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Ken, and y'all, I am back again with another video. So y'all can see I have some new faces with me. I got my girl Tatiana over here, and I got my girl Kivia over here. Y'all want to introduce yourselves, say y'all channel name or whatever?
Hi, I'm Tatiana. Y'all can subscribe to me at Tatiana Amani.
And I'm Kivia. My channel name is Symone, so y'all can go over there and subscribe. You know, we're gonna be doing videos all of us together and stuff like that, so y'all make sure y'all go and subscribe.
Yeah. So today we'll be doing a seafood mukbang. Everybody have seafood. Y'all know I don't eat what they got. They got some, I don't know. I don't eat that, so I just got regular catfish. So y'all, in today's video we're gonna be talking, like, you know, about mommy stuff, like, you know, postpartum life after the baby, you know, just stuff like all mommy things. So we're gonna be talking about that in today's video. But before we go any further, make sure y'all smash that like button, make sure y'all subscribe, make sure y'all turn y'all post notifications, and make sure you guys leave us some comments down below.
Yes.
Y'all ready to get into it?
Yes.
Y'all ready to say grace first?
Yes.
I'm so hungry too.
Alright,
Tati, you can go ahead and say it.
Heavenly Father, in the name of Jesus, I ask that you bless this food that we are about to receive. Make sure that you just, you know, watch over us, guide us in the right directions. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. Amen. So, you guys ready to eat?
Yes, I'm ready. I already had bust two shrimps down before we did the video.
I ate like a piece of my fish already. I think that's Lotus sauce, I want to say, but
This sauce right here is good. Whatever.
I think that's just juice.
No, that's the seafood sauce.
like hot sauce.
Yeah, like you know, like when you get like the snow crab and stuff like that, and be in that sauce. That's what this is.
Cause I ordered Lotus sauce, crack sauce, and cups of juice. I don't know if that's
Lotus
juice.
sauce then.
Yeah, so I think that's juice, and then cause this crack sauce, so the other sauce is Lotus
Oh,
sauce.
so you call it juice? That's what y'all call it?
That's what they call it.
So,
No, I ordered that for y'all. I don't eat that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was just like on their menu they just said cups of juice, so I just got the cups of juice.
Yeah, this is good.
I haven't had Lotus. Like, I think I only had it one time. That was like so long ago. So I don't even know what it tastes like no more. I'm starving.
I had it probably like a week or two ago, and I think I ordered the wrong stuff because this right here is so good.
When I went, this was in a little jar like this.
Yeah, it was in there. That's
Yeah.
why I noticed that it's in paper today.
They gave us of it too.
How do y'all feel like life has been for you guys after have had the babies
Baby number one or baby number two?
in general?
Well, for me, I feel like after having my second child, life is definitely hectic. Like, I feel like I don't even get a second to breathe. Like, it's busy. With my first child, after I had TJ, things were a little bit smoother, you know, because it's easy to manage one child. With two, it's a lot. They're definitely full of excitement, you know, and stuff like that, but definitely busy.
I feel like with one child it is so easy, but with two kids it is like so hard and it's hectic, and it's like no time to breathe. It's really like me and Dre, we have to make time for like each other, because all day is just kids all day, and sometimes it could be like overwhelming.
Yeah.
I feel like with one kid it's just super easy peasy, but two, I feel like two is so different.
And I think one is easy too, but I think like with one, like being that you never were a mom before, you're kind of like, you're still learning. So I still learn stuff new every day, and Kylan's a great baby, so I feel like I got it best, because most people, you know, their first child is probably not as good or quiet or, you know, always whining. You know, he sleeps throughout the night and everything, so it's like I feel like I just looked up. But he's, you know, I feel like we just have to learn how to work around him and his schedule, because before we moved, you know, we had people to watch him, but now it's just me, him, and Tajay. So it's like, it's always us, and we have to find time as well. But I do give it to y'all with two kids, because baby, I would be going crazy.
Girl, it's a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. Them second kids, they come out different. Leah, she is so like demanding with attention. She needs attention all day. She want to be held all day. Like, under her brother, she can't really like crawl the way she wants to. Yeah, so she crying because she can't do that. Yeah, them second children, they come out with a vengeance.
I don't know if it's like if it's the second child thing or is it like because we had different genders the second time, because I feel like I wonder how would it be if I would have had a boy. Like, would it be easy or is it or do I feel like it's difficult because I have a girl? Right. Because Kelly, she is definitely different from Kason when he was a baby. Like, she's different.
Do y'all think it's the pandemic babies?
Girl, it might be.
Because Tylen does everything that y'all second babies do, and that's my first. So it's like, you know, maybe it's the pandemic babies.
It could be
because they're more advanced, so they know like babies back then they used to just sit there and sleep. And sleep. Our babies be up, they don't want to go to sleep.
Like Kelly,
hell, Tylen want to walk, he want to do stuff that he see everybody else doing. I'm like, you're not there yet,
really.
So maybe it's just, you know, we got these pandemic babies.
I be seeing Tylen, he be woke in the middle of the night or like early in the morning.
Early morning.
Yeah, like Kelly, I be having to fight her to go to sleep. Like last night, she gonna sleep till 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, girl, you is a baby, go to sleep.
That's how I be with Talia too. Like, she will fight her sleep. Remember you asked me, do she fight her sleep? It's like when you asked me that, she started fighting her sleep. Like,
wow.
She'll be so tired and she'll go to sleep, and then as soon as I lay her down, she'll get up and look at me and just start laughing and giggling. She want to play.
Oh wow. So, do y'all think y'all like experience postpartum like depression?
For me, I don't think I did. I wouldn't say depression, but I feel like because I breastfed soon after, well, I was breastfeeding strictly, and it was draining me more than having birth. Like, breastfeeding just drained me so much, and it's because I breastfed and I pumped. So it was like mentally I wasn't there, but I don't know if it was depression. I just mentally, I didn't feel like myself. I was just drained. I used to just cry. Like, I used to just be so emotional because I'm like, I'm drained. I can't sleep because when I want to sleep, he want to eat.
Yeah.
But also when he sleeps, I have to pump. So it's like I was constantly doing something and couldn't sleep, and it was just terrible because he slept throughout the night ever since he was a baby. So I was like, why am I up pumping if he is sleeping, you know? So it was stressful, but I don't know if it was depression. I was just mentally, I was just emotional. I was so emotional.
Well, you know, after I had TJ, I could definitely say I went through the same thing. I didn't have postpartum depression. I know I didn't because I just didn't feel depressed. It was just breastfeeding was overwhelming for me.
Yeah.
And I was in the same situation. I was breastfeeding, I was pumping. And I breastfed him for 14 months, and every month I cried and I wanted to stop. It was just like, it was so much. Oh my God. And then he never took a bottle. So it was a lot on me. And like this time around, I feel kind of sort of the same way. You know, it's a little bit easier because I know what I'm doing this time, but at the same time, it's still stressful.
Right.
You know, and I think about it sometimes. I'm like, well, I should just give her formula, you know, but I don't know, it's definitely hard, but I did not experience postpartum depression neither time.
Right. And I cried when I gave him formula. And the only reason, like, I kept saying to myself every day, I was like, I'm finna stop pumping. But I didn't stop because I felt like a bad mom. I was like, okay, I don't want to stop.
It's that guilt.
It's that guilt feeling. But then eventually he just stopped taking my milk. Like, he just was spitting it out and wouldn't sit with him. So I just was like, okay, I guess it's time for formula. Yeah, he just stopped taking it.
I feel like definitely you gotta think about your mental health before anything, you know, like you're not a bad mom just because you give your baby formula. You feeding your baby, whether it's, you know, any kind of way. Yeah, that's all that matters.
For me, I don't think I went through postpartum with neither of my kids because I feel like with Kason, I didn't breastfeed neither one of them. Well, I pumped for both of them, but it wasn't for long. But for Kason, I feel like with Kason, I was like around family and stuff, so I feel like that helped me like not fall into the depression. But I feel like with Callie, I was like out here in Houston by myself with 2 kids, so that was different. I had to adjust to it. So as like I'm trying to adjust to that, I don't know, things was hard, and then sometimes I did cry because I'm like, I'm just out here by myself alone with 2 kids, just me and Dre, and like stuff was overwhelming. But I mean, like I didn't have nobody to call on, so I just had to suck it up and just like get over it. So
suck it out,
yeah.
It's definitely a lot, especially when you're out of town with kids and you don't have no help.
Right.
It's so stressful. It's like it's added stress that you really don't need. But at the end of the day, you gotta just do what you gotta do as a parent, you know. But I also feel like it's okay as parents to feel like I'm overwhelmed, like this is too much, like you know, I need a break. It's okay to feel like that because some people make it seem like it's a bad thing to admit that you need a break. And I feel like we're human at the end of the day, and we have to be moms through whatever. Like we can be sick, We could be cramping. We could be having a bad day. We still got to get up and tend to our children.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and then people stop checking on you after you have the baby. They don't want to know how you doing no more. They
just worried about the baby.
But it's like, hello, I need, like, check on me, ask me how I'm doing.
Exactly.
People call me, don't even say hello, we're tiling. I be like, okay.
Exactly. Like people call and they like, how the baby? Like, of course the baby is good.
Right.
Like, but you don't care how I'm doing.
How's the mom?
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time opening this.
I opened this one for you.
Oh, thank
you gotta look at the little. It's like a little cut right there.
I'm terrible at opening things.
She had to open both of ours because I was over here
Because
struggling.
y'all not looking. It's like a little bitty cut right there. You gotta pull it open. You see it?
Nah,
Suck it.
go, you open mine.
I need scissors for everything.
Oh, it's one right there. Wow. Okay.
So, what advice would y'all like give to like new moms or like even teenage moms, like kids who get pregnant, like you know when they are teenager, or like single moms, like the baby daddy leaves them? Like, what advice would you give them?
You want to go first or you want to go?
You go ahead.
Okay. I feel like the best advice that I could give a new mom or a single mom or a young mom is to just be patient with yourself and to trust your instincts. You know, it's like, I know we all probably can attest to this, like when you become a mom, everybody want to give you their 2 cents. They want to give you their opinion of how you should raise your child and what you should do and what you shouldn't do. But I feel like as a parent, you got to know that you're going to make mistakes, and that's normal, you know. So accept the mistakes, just go with the flow, trust that you know what you're doing with your baby, and you know, just be patient because it's a learning experience. Your baby is learning as well, you know. And yeah, I just enjoy it because they grow up so fast.
They do.
Right. They do. And the same thing you said was basically what I was going to say, but you just gotta trust your instinct. I feel like people giving their 2 cents because they be like, oh, I've done this before, but every baby is different.
Yep.
I don't wanna cut you off.
No, you're good.
So I totally agree. I feel like people always be like, well, I done had kids before, but it's like you ain't had my kids, so you don't know how my kid operate, or you're not around my kids all day, so you don't know my kids. Like, even though you done had your kids, you ain't had my kids. So I feel like if it's something I want to tell you to do or not to do, you should be able to respect it, because at the end of the day, I'm the parent and you're not the parent.
Yeah.
Right. And I think people need to know the difference between trying to help out and give advice than trying to demand and be like, oh, you need to do this. And then if the person don't do that, why they have to be a bad mother?
Right.
Like, don't listen to anyone. Trust your instinct. Well, you can listen to people if you want to, but trust your instinct and always go with your mother instinct. Like, I feel like no one knows your child better than you.
Nope.
And another thing, I feel like as a new mom, like you might feel like you're overwhelmed or like you need a break so bad, but I feel like although you need a break, like you should just put your kids off on anybody. Like if you let somebody keep your kids, it should definitely be somebody you trust 100%. Because me, I don't feel comfortable for nobody keeping my kids all the way 100% but my mama. So like anybody who lets you keep your kids, just make sure you trust them, because you never know what kind of agendas people have. Like it can even be like family members. Like you never know their agenda. So just make sure you trust them before you put your kids off on somebody else.
Right. Yeah, and also, even if you trust people, unfortunately, sometimes you could be trusting the wrong person with your child. You gotta pay attention to your child's body language and like the way they act around certain people.
Yes.
That'll let you know whether or not you should continue to let your child go by that person. You know?
Right.
Like she said, like just because you need a break, don't push your child off on anybody. Make sure it's somebody that you really, really trust your child with.
Right.
Because children, their innocence is so precious, and I feel like you just gotta protect that because they got some really sick people in the world.
It
It
is.
is sick. But what if like you have like a baby? Like how, like what if they don't show body language? Like how would you know? Like who?
That's a good question.
I just feel like examine your baby body, because you can tell when something happens to your child. Like if your baby's small, like, you know, people are doing stuff, you just examine your child. And you know, it's hard because you don't know, but it's like kids change, or I feel like even babies react to certain stuff because they might not want to be touched in a certain area. They might cry, they might scream, like it's hurting them. You know they're gonna cry if they're in pain, but it's like you just gotta pay attention to stuff like that.
Yeah.
But also not always assume the worst.
Yeah.
Not always assume the worst, because it's a lot. But touching bases back to what y'all said, like you gotta be, even if you trust people, you still have to be aware, because how somebody might treat your kid in front of you, they might treat them totally different behind closed doors. So they probably acting like that because you're there.
Yes,
when you leave, it's like you never know. So it's like, you also got to be aware of stuff like that.
Yeah, and like our kids, they're so small they can't talk. Well, TJ can talk, but it's like Kason and Callie and Tyler, like they can't talk, and Talia, they can't talk. So I feel like I'm not 100% comfortable leaving them with anybody like that other than my mom, because like it's like, what if they be like whooping on them, like being mean to them, fussing at them, and I don't know. It's like I just don't like that. And I feel like if I'm not 100% comfortable like calling you every 5 seconds, I don't really care to leave my kids with you.
I feel like, okay, so I saw this TikTok recently, and the lady had a daughter, I believe she was like 2, because she wasn't verbal yet, but she was like, you know, like making noises, like babbling noises. And the video was just about her body language. She was just coming from daycare, and the little girl was like pulling her hair out. So obviously something was stressing her out, you know. So even if they can't talk, I feel like children will show some type of signs that they're not happy. You just gotta pay attention to where it, you know, where they are. And it's not always about a sexual abuse. Sometimes it could just be like you said, like they could be whipping them or mistreating them.
Yeah, they could be mean. And I also feel like toddlers, like they know like who be being mean to them. So if you try to take your kids around somebody and your kid don't want to stay, like you gotta like look at that, because sometimes they could not be want to stay because they don't like how that person treat them. They don't like that person. So you really have to look at that, because let me tell y'all, if I take Casey somewhere and he's saying they mean, nope, he ain't staying.
Yeah, same with like oh, I just had a brain fart. But oh shit,
I be like that sometimes.
Oh my gosh, it was what y'all was talking about. I was just saying, like, same with like, oh, I was about to say, people like to like when they kids come and tell them stuff, and this for like older kids too, because you know I have nieces and nephews, but it's like when your kids come tell you something, I feel like you should believe them. Like you should believe them. Also, if you ever see them and they are caught lying and they come to you and they tell you stuff, I feel like you should take it into consideration. You don't have to always believe them and take it into consideration. Don't just bypass anything they tell you, because if the kids say, hey, that person whooped me, and you go to that person and be like, I didn't whoop you, but they're just lying to you, it's like, okay, now you just gotta be more aware.
A lot of times I really feel like kids really not gonna, I don't feel like kids lie about certain stuff. Like if a little kid come and say they whooped me, I feel like you did something, because why he telling me you whooped him? Like you did something.
And people's definitions of whooping be different. Like I popped, they be like, I didn't whoop him, I popped him. But it's how you popped him, how much
anger it was in your voice,
like what you said, like.
So I have a question for y'all then. So do y'all allow other people to whip your children, or like since y'all, you have a small baby, you have a small baby too, like is that something that you will allow?
No, I don't even whoop him. Like I wouldn't even whoop him, you know.
I ask because, you know, like I feel like I don't want nobody putting hands on my child. Like I don't care if he going by his grandma, I don't care who it is. If he do something wrong, come get me. I'ma discipline him. I'm his mom, or go get his daddy. Because I don't want him to feel like it's okay for any random person to just be whipping him. You know. And I feel like maybe it might be a little bit over the top, but that's just how I feel. Like I don't put your hands on my child, because people go too far.
They do.
See, honestly, with me, I don't really whoop Kason, but like sometimes, like I have hit him on the hand or like popped him. Like I have popped him. And I feel like the only person who 100%, like I keep saying this, like my mom, I talk to my mama every single day. She, like we talk on the phone every single day. So I feel like if she was to keep him, and like Kason's doing something, like I tell her all the time, I don't whoop him, so don't whoop him. But like he doing something over the top and too bad, then she know like she can like pop him. But as far as a whooping, no, nobody. Like I don't care who you is, my mama, anybody else, mama, grandmama, nobody. Like don't, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, real mom, his mom and his dad, they're the only people that I trust to keep TJ or Talia. Like, period. They're not going to buy nobody else. If they can't go over there, they're not going to buy nobody, period. I can't come. If my children can't come, I can't come if I ain't got a babysitter. That's just what it is. Because I'm not leaving my child with no anybody. I can't do that. And, you know, just so y'all know, like, my mom was deceased, just, you know, so that's why they can't go by my mom. But other than that, no, they're not going. Sorry. And I don't feel bad about it.
There's only one person that watched Colin, and that's Tajay's mom. But that's because my mom is like way in New York. I just feel, I'm just real strict and protective over him. Because he's so small and like, so little. You know, I watch these shows and stuff, and I just like these kids be so innocent, and people just be doing them so wrong.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm protective over my kids too. But and I feel like sometimes people try to make you seem like you crazy, like you doing too much. Like, no, I ain't doing too much. Just because you treated your kids a certain kind of way, I'm gonna treat mine like this. Like, I'm not doing too much. Like I don't know.
Wait, did we even tell them what we were eating?
No, we didn't tell them.
Well, I said y'all was eating seafood. I said I was eating catfish. So y'all, we are like 30 minutes into the video, but let's let y'all know we are eating Lotus seafood. They got shrimp and rice and corn and sausage. What is sausage?
They didn't give me the sausage.
Oh.
I got the regular one.
The loaded pack, and then I got the fully loaded pack.
It worked out though, because I don't eat meat, so I really went to waste.
Yeah,
Right.
so
It's good though.
it looks
It's
nasty,
spicy.
though. Yeah, it is, but it's
really
spicy.
good. I'm so hungry. I ain't eating nothing all this. My first
Me
meal today.
either. I just been working all day, literally.
I think I ate a slice of pizza today, and that's it. Do you you like it today?
Yes, I love it. That's why I said I got the wrong stuff last time. I didn't even have this sauce. I didn't have this sauce. I only had this, and when I tasted it, I didn't like it.
Yeah, so you gotta ask for crack sauce. Crack sauce, Dre, he be getting the pints of crack sauce. So y'all gotta make sure y'all get the crack
I really
sauce.
like
and
this
extra
one.
juice.
I wasn't really feeling the crack sauce, but
I like the
So
crack
that one is
sauce.
called juice. A cup
And
of
this one
juice.
is good.
Yeah.
But it's alright. I wouldn't eat it by itself. We got a dip boat.
So, y'all, how do y'all feel like y'all pregnancy went? Like, would you think it was easy, hard? What?
I'll go since you went last time. I know you over there eating. So, pregnancy for me, I didn't find out I was pregnant until I was like almost out of the first trimester. So when I did, but now that I realized that I was pregnant, I only threw up twice in my first trimester, and it was because I had McDonald's. I threw up McDonald's both times. But I thought it was just, it was bad food, but I realized, the baby didn't want it. Other than that, I had heartburn really, really bad. Like, it was terrible. I tried every single thing. I even used to ask him, like, what can I take? Like,
Did you eat
didn't
the
work.
apple?
It didn't work. It made it worse, actually.
Oh, no.
And it was green apple at first, but I switched it to red because I'm like, okay, maybe it's the green apple. But no, didn't work. Nothing worked. As far as like pregnancy for me though, like the first trimester, the second trimester, easy. I just used to feel like I was about to pass out. I used to get real overheated. I used to see stars. I used to get dizzy.
Yeah.
And like if I used to go in the mall, I couldn't walk. I almost passed out in the mall like twice. So I just stopped going. Now the third trimester, the first trimester it was draining because I didn't know I was pregnant. So I was just always like dizzy. I couldn't get out of bed.
Yeah.
I couldn't do nothing. I don't even think we were posting on YouTube because I just was so like
Were you tired?
sick, like tired. Not sick, but tired.
Yeah.
So it's like I felt nauseous so much, but I never threw up. And then the last trimester, that hit me the worst because that's when the heartburn really came. And then I used to have like Braxton Hicks all the time. And then I used to have lightning crotch pains.
Oh my God.
So yeah, it was so terrible, and I didn't realize that I had to get induced because I was dilating so fast, and I was on bed rest for a while, but I was still dilating so fast. So
Wow.
yeah, but I would say it was medium.
Yeah, that's a crazy first experience.
Yeah.
I feel like
It was medium. It was just like passing out for me used to scare me so bad because I used to literally be like have blackouts and be in the mall. Head used to be spinning. I used to like literally pass out on the ultrasound tables, like about to pass out. I guess I'd be laying back for too long. It was terrible. I could never sleep. Never got any sleep. So it was like it was always uncomfortable. But in Thailand, he used to move a lot. He used to kick a lot. But I feel like it was medium. It was just the last trimester. That's when everything just started hitting me. But the first trimester, I went through it so fast because I didn't know I was pregnant. So it was like, dang.
So how, you went almost 3 months without knowing you was pregnant?
I didn't know at all.
How did you not know?
Okay, so this is where we were staying in Texas, and we were in the process of moving. So I wasn't even paying attention that my period never came on. So what happened was when we moved to Atlanta, we was about to start Vlogmas. We did everything, and I was just always tired. And then my breast was really tender, and then I was scared to tell Ty J because I'm like, damn, what is going on?
Yeah.
So one day I sent him to the store because I was cramping so bad, and I was like, hey, can you go pick up me some pads from the store? And he was like, okay. So he went to the store and he got me some pads. Didn't come on for like a week. And I just kept forgetting because we were moving.
Yeah.
So we were constantly doing something. We were trying to get the house together. And then one day I was on the phone with my best friend, and she was just talking about her period. And I was like, hey, I still don't have my period. but I'm not cramping or anything or whatever. And you know, I don't feel no type of way. My breast just hurt. And she's like, take a pregnancy test. And I remember the day, it was November 18th. Because it was the day for my brother's birthday. And I was like, okay. No, it wasn't. No, we was about to start vlogging. November 18th. That's when I found out. I found out November 18th. I didn't tell everybody until February though. So, it was November 18th. I took a pregnancy test, y'all, and when I looked at that test, it said pregnant. It was the clear blue ones. It said pregnant, and I said, no fucking way. So I took so many more. Like, I took like 5 or 8 pregnancy tests, and they all said pregnant. And I was like, are you serious?
Thought you were gonna get a different result?
I just thought, but it's like, you know, it's crazy because it didn't hit me till I saw the test. Like, that's when all the symptoms started hitting me. When it said pregnant, I kid you not, like, I used to just, that's when it just hit me. And that's why I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I can't do nothing. I feel like I got throw up, so it's like, yeah, I went almost a whole trimester without knowing.
So like, when you seen that it said pregnant, like, was you happy or was you like?
I cried because I'm like, we had just moved, and I was just like, bruh, like,
it was overwhelming.
Like, yeah, it was so much going on. I'm like, first I was trying to figure out how, not how, but like when. Like, Tajay didn't know, we both know. I started thinking the words. I'm like, was I like I was thinking stuff like that because I was literally so clueless because I'm like, when did this happen? But when they told me my what's called conceivement day, I realized like, oh, okay.
You be thinking some crazy shit sometimes.
Yeah, because I literally did, like, when I tell y'all, I had no clue like how, like, it was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. I literally was like thinking like I was so like, so when I saw pregnant, like I was just like so overwhelmed. I was crying so much. I was just like, are you serious? And it was just a lot going through my head. But I didn't even go to the doctor until I was like 12 weeks. So I was just scared. Like, I was just like panicking because I'm like, a lot of people don't know I was pregnant before, like when I was 18, but I had a miscarriage. So that was another thing that I waited to go to the doctor because I was like, you know,
you want to make sure,
in the safe zone. So I didn't go till I was like 12 weeks, and then my doctor was in Savannah. We lived in Atlanta, so we were just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But yeah, I didn't know.
Do you want to go next?
Yes, you can go.
Okay.
I go last.
Well, for me, my first pregnancy, I definitely experienced the same thing. I fainted twice. Like, the first time I fainted, I was in my first trimester. I didn't know I was pregnant. Hit the floor, completely blacked out. I couldn't see nothing. Rel was talking to me. I had to go to the hospital and get IVs. Like, it was bad. I could not come to at all without water. When I'm pregnant, I have to drink, like, you know how they tell you to drink like 3 times water? I have to drink like double, triple that, you know, because I guess, I don't know, my baby's just, they be doing their own thing. So I started fainting in the first trimester with TJ, and then like maybe like when I found out I was pregnant, I started getting hives. So it was like somebody had beat me all over my back. I had rashes and hives all over my back for like the whole first trimester. So that was there. But then after that, I felt like my pregnancy was like pretty smooth. It took me to go to like 3 different hospitals to find out how to stop the hives from like coming while I was pregnant because it was so miserable. I was itchy all day. But I finally went to a hospital. They told me to take 1 Zyrtec every day. So boom, that was that. I had heartburn, but that was pretty much it with TJ. And then with Talia, I was so nervous that I was going to faint again with her, and I was scared about the hives that I was just really cautious, but I didn't experience neither one of those things. I wasn't lightheaded. I didn't have the hives or anything like that, but I did have really bad nausea with both of my pregnancies. Like, I didn't eat for the first 3 months. I couldn't stand the smell of soap, the candles, nothing. Like, everything was making me sick. It was making me sick just thinking about it, but it's so miserable for me. I was throwing up everything, girl. My toothpaste made me throw up. The smell of literally everything made me throw up. I had lightning crotch really bad. I had Braxton Hicks really bad.
Yes.
Heartburn was horrible. I mean, I used to sit up like literally like this to go to sleep, and it was still bad. Like,
yes. Oh my gosh. That's how I was. It was terrible. But I broke out too. Like, I have a picture, like my whole chest, my back, just black marks everywhere. And I went to my doctor. He couldn't tell me what it was, so he sent me to what's called dermatologist. Yeah. She couldn't tell me what it was. And then it's like after I had Talon, they disappeared.
That's crazy.
So for me, I feel like both of my pregnancies was pretty easy. I feel like I just noticed you looking at me. That's why you keep getting. I love being pregnant. It's just like being pregnant. I just love being pregnant. But it's like I feel like if I could carry somebody's baby for them, I definitely would. Like, that's how much I love being pregnant.
I used to say that.
But do you love giving birth?
Like, I don't like the labor, but it's like delivery. I like delivery. Like my deliveries was different. Like with Kason, I felt it. Like I wasn't saying I was 100% natural like you, but I definitely felt it. Like I feel like I was like out of a scale of 1 to 10, I feel like I was at a good 8. I feel like I was feeling a lot. Like I was throwing up. Like I was moaning and groaning. Like I was definitely feeling the pain. I feel like I was at an 8. I don't think I was at a 10. Going off of Kason delivery, I wouldn't say I like giving birth, but going off of Kelly delivery, I would say I do like giving birth. But it's just like I don't like getting the epidural. Like that thing just terrifies me so bad. I don't know what it is, but that big old needle, just the thought of you gotta sit here and be still. Like I feel like it was so bad with Kelly. Like getting the epidural with Kelly, I was just about to have an anxiety attack, bro. Like I was in there breathing hard. Like it was just a lot.
Is it just the thought of the big needle, or does it actually hurt when you go in your back?
It don't hurt. They numb you.
Yeah, like it don't hurt. Like he put some numbing something. I mean, like, I didn't feel pain, but I did feel like pressure. Yeah. Like I felt like you didn't feel anything.
I didn't feel anything.
See, no, like he didn't like with. I had my babies at 2 different hospitals. So in Memphis, they put something there like it was bearable. But in this one, he put something, but it's like I still felt it. So I'm just like I'm like doing this. I don't supposed to do that. So it's like the thought of me moving, no one could happen. Like I didn't like that.
Right.
But the actual like once the medicine kicked in and like me pushing her out, that was good because I didn't feel nothing. But back to my pregnancy, like my pregnancies, they both was easy. Like I just had like in the morning time with Kason, well with both of them. Brushing my teeth, it used to make me throw. Like, I don't know if it was my toothpaste, was I going too far back, brushing my tongue. Like it just always made me throw up. But I feel like that wasn't a big deal. I feel like with Kason, I threw up more with Kason than I did with Kelly. But I don't feel like it was like that much. Like I didn't really like. I went through like I had the heartburn, but. Like, I don't know, I would do it over again. Like, I had heartburn, like, both of them, I had to sleep on, like, several pillows. I had to eat an apple. Like, with me, eating an apple before bed, that, like, helped my heartburn. So I used to eat an apple to go to sleep. I couldn't get my lashes did. She had to buy a pillow to prop me up. That was just bad. Like, I had bad heartburn. But other than that, I feel like my pregnancies, they was super easy.
Well, lucky Ken.
Yes, lucky.
Everybody ain't that lucky, okay? I mean, I love being pregnant, don't get me wrong. The experience for me was beautiful, but definitely my children put me through it, baby. They put me through it, okay? My labor was not fast at all. I was in labor with TJ for 15 hours.
And you did natural?
I did it natural both times. 18 hours with Talia, in so much pain. Like, it was a lot, you know, but...
Would you do it natural again?
Yes, I would. Every single time that I have a baby, that's my plan, to go natural.
Yeah, that is so great for you.
That is so great, because I'm scared.
That's great
I'm
for you.
so scared.
I can't do it.
I'm not gonna lie to you, the pain is like, it's unspeakable. I let Ken watch my my video.
Yeah.
And I was screaming, you thought somebody was committing murder, but
my best friend froze while they was telling her to push, and she literally froze. And she did it both with both of her babies, and I'm like, oh no, I can't do this. It's a lot.
Yeah, I don't think I could have no baby natural.
Me either.
I don't think I could.
Oh, and then I had to get a episiotomy too, so it was like, yeah.
Girl.
The healing from that was terrible.
I feel bad for you.
Alright, y'all, so I feel like this is gonna be about wrapping up our video. This was a nice conversation, nice little mukbang. I really enjoyed this. We should definitely do this again.
Yes, it's nice.
All for eating and talking.
Yes. So
I don't know
yeah,
how to multitask.
me neither. I didn't completely stop eating. So y'all, all that being said, make sure y'all smash that like button, make sure y'all subscribe, make sure y'all turn y'all post notifications, and stay tuned for more videos on my channel. And make sure y'all go subscribe to my girls' channel. I'm gonna pop their pictures up right here, so make sure y'all go subscribe to them. Click their link in the description. We are out. Bye.
I wake up, I go ball, I go harder with my dogs, bet it all. What's the call? Need a 10.